Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is a casual chat about machine shops and machine shop culture over a cup of coffee. The double entente being grinding and the grind. Speaking of today's grind, it is the donut shop blend from my local supermarket. You can see I'm broadcasting from home again, and because I just have the donut shop here, it's what I have, and it's really good. If you guys are from Pennsylvania or Northeast and you know of Wise Markets, they have a fantastic selection of coffee. So big shout out to them, and thank you for the grind. Now, normally I would be broadcasting from the Acopian Engineering Center at Lafayette College. Because of the weather, I've been relegated to broadcasting from home. But if you or someone you know has a high schooler looking for a college that's going to put them ahead of the pack when it comes to getting a job in this tough market, Lafayette boasts an unparalleled curriculum in engineering and the liberal arts. So, if you are looking for a place, or again, your child or someone you know has a high schooler looking for the college to get them ahead, we invite you to say Cur Non or why not and join us here at Lafayette. Now, today, we are wrapping up our February series on milling with our guest from DMG Mori machine maker, Jacob Hurd, Jacob Hurd. And so we're going to open up the interview here in just a second. Now, with all my guests, I start off with a brief backstory. Who are you? What's your title with your company? And what do you do for them?
All right, so a little bit of background about me. I'm an applications engineer here at DMG Mori. Been here close to 2 years now. I got hooked up with this place after working a couple different machine shops. Found the opportunity very interesting to work for a OEM machine tool builder, and definitely jumped on the opportunity. So I've been doing manufacturing related stuff since I was 18. So I've been in the industry for 13 years now.
Excellent. Thank you. So now we usually have a shameless plug for your employer. Who is DMG Mori, and what is their bread and butter? And more so, what is their specialty? Where do they really get their corner of the market?
DMG Mori manufactures and offers a broad range of machine tools, automation, as well as digital manufacturing solutions. We're constantly pushing the boundaries of precision, reliability, and innovation with large and a diverse team globally.
Good. Thank you. This is excellent. Now, you and I had spoken on a video call a couple days before you joined us here on the show, and you had mentioned that DMG does kind of the gamut of machine offering. You do everything from high production and lights out, 24 hours a day, 3 shifts, let's get this going kind of thing, all the way down to more of my level. I can't say down, all the way to the other end of the spectrum at my level, the prototyping shop or the high mix small lot thing. So please dig into that a little bit and explain what DMG offers in each of those arenas. Also, I have had a bunch of cutting tool makers on this month, and I've been very fortunate to have them really dig into what they offer. There was the first one of the month was Fullerton Tool, who I have some of their tooling, but I don't know them as well as, say, Star SU or Helical. I mean, there's all the big carbide names. Sandvik Corman, who I had week 2. So one of the big things I like to dig into with this specifically is what is DMG's approach to custom solutions? Please share what you can. And I realize that there may be proprietary information with all makers or all companies. So if you can't name drop, that's fine. But have you ever had a customer come to you or your company and say something like, I need to solve insert problem, and a custom solution, 5-axis, prototyping, otherwise, would do it for us? Please share what you can.
hopefully I'm answering this right. So you're asking custom approaches to solutions that our customers may come to us with, right? Okay, so a little bit about what may happen when a customer comes to us with a solution. They may come to us with a product line. They may just be wanting to upgrade their current equipment. So it really ranges. We deal with any sort of industry, any sort of market related to manufacturing. We deal with precision boring, grinding, 5-axis work, mill turn work, anything from low quantity to high quantity production. Typically, what will happen is with the product, as an applications engineer here for DMG Mori, I will assess kind of what the product is and what the customer needs are based off of annual usage, tolerances, reliability of said product. And I will try to work towards getting a solution, whether it be just a machine or whether it's automation, whether it be implementing full-on processes in place to manufacture that, or they're just looking more for a piece of equipment that would be a generalization for a product family, along with automation. Okay, so small quantity work, prototyping shops, things like that. Really, it's going to be job dependent. If it's a job shop and they're constantly looking to change setups, it may not be a part family. It may just be a one-off piece, multiple pieces. We may look at like simple things like a 5-axis machine. Not necessarily simple, but you look at maybe the setups that go into those. The setup time on a 5-axis machine generally is going to be a lot less than something like a 3-axis machine. So a part may be capable of being done in, let's say, 2 ops, 3 ops on a 5-axis machine, as opposed to a 3-axis mill. You would be looking at maybe, double that. And the setup time to be able to get that done is a lot more efficient on a 5-axis machine, especially when you're able to start zero pointing your work offsets, your stack up, things like that.
I like this point more because, like I had mentioned, I'm in a prototyping shop and we do a lot of high mix, low volume. And we have a Haas VF2 from 2002. It's an older machine, yes, but it doesn't get used every single day. So it has low hours and it's still in great shape. And this will lead me into my next question for you. We also have proto tracks by Southwest Industries that we really rave about, especially for one-off, quick, bolt hole circles, mill a simple pocket, or even a complex one. We have proto track lathe that I've become a real big fan of. I do wish it was a little bit more stable and had stronger programming when it comes to intricate contours, but that's neither here nor there. I found a way around it. But I don't want to detract from you and why you're here. So the point being is automation is on everyone's mind. This is a 2-part question. Automation's on everyone's mind. And what does DMG offer in the way of said automation for your equipment? Does that include like pallet changers? Do you have bar feeders? What do you have? What do you offer? And do you offer any lights out capability that a lot of people running 3 shifts like? And then the second part of that question, user interface. So you being the first machine tool maker to come to the show, this is a big question I'm going to ask machine tool makers, but I want to start with you. Your interface. So when I started in the industry, we had Mastercam, we had GibbsCam. I still use GibbsCam to this day for basic legacy parts and basic things, so I don't have to go through the whole thing of number 8, cleaning up chips. I'm becoming perpetually childish in my older age. So I'll do everything I can in the VF2 just to keep the chips contained. My question being, what's your interface like? Is it something that newbies can walk right up and start programming parts? And the even more important one to me, and I believe a lot of listeners and viewers, is it something that, say, an older machinist that's set in their ways, and you know how machinists can be, or anybody, they're set in their ways and they don't, I don't want to learn something new, or that's going to be difficult to learn. What is your machine user interface, and is it simple enough for both novices and diehards to pick up and start cranking out precise parts quickly?
Right. So automation is definitely becoming more and more popular. For the longest time, automation was seen as a high production, big cost. Really, you see a lot of volume and quantity, and not really a big change up of the work pieces in general. But that trend is starting to steer less and less in that direction. We see a lot of the times now where somebody may have a lot size of, let's say, 6 pieces, right? And they need to be able to run that first piece, prove out the processing in the machine, and then have that available spindle time to be able to run the rest of those 6 parts, or 5 pieces, whatever it may be. So we see a lot of workpiece handling being more and more popular, along with maybe pallet handling, fixture handling. So DMG Mori offers a array of different types of automation systems. And the beauty of it is all of our automation is designed in-house. So it's really plug and play with all of our machinery. We have probably one of the best automation teams in the world, I would say, in developing different solutions, custom solutions, or just out-of-the-box solutions for customers. So we offer things like Robo-to-Goes. It's essentially a small cobot-style robot in a FANUC control. It's a very user-friendly HMI that you can park right in front of one of our lathes, one of our mills, and it can load material into the machine. We also offer pallet pool systems, linear pallet pools, where you can pretty much have, say, like 6 to 8 or even beyond that, with like a linear pallet system, maybe like a 30 pallet system, interchangeable with your machine. So that really adds into that lights out production. Once you have your one piece done, your process proven, you can add that extra machine time in overnight or on other available shifts. Yeah, lights out would be truly, I've seen even in instances during a day shift where lights out would be minimal interaction by a human, maybe somebody just loading material into the picker and stocker, just to gain those extra hours, but it frees up a lot of time for operators to go and do other tasks as well. So it's not that it just needs to be running production during off shifts or anything like that. It can free up actual labor hours during the day where you can have some of your more skilled people working at other parts of your facility as well.
Now, to further that point I've been making about we are a prototype shop, this would be something that I think would be a good idea. Another one that always seems to be has been very popular with the show and the audience is, tell us about clearing the hurdle of your biggest challenge. Now, again, if you're not allowed to name drop, that's fine, but we're focusing more on the process. So was there a challenge that you or DMG had that really tested your skills or had you really, picking your brain? And what did DMG do to solve it?
Biggest challenge. Every day is a challenge. It's never not. DMG Mori is constantly rolling out new technologies. And there's a vast array of different things to learn and know. And to be able to support our customers effectively and efficiently, I need to be as sharp as possible with every little aspect that I possibly can to help support the end user. Our end users are consistently challenged as well by their customer demands. Speaking of, low mix, high quantity, or high quantity, low mix, the customer demands that they see nowadays means that they need to be flexible enough to have these machines capable of jumping to different product lines, different solutions, tighter tolerances need to be held a lot of the time. So as an engineer here, I need to be able to support anytime one of our end users calls and asks for support from us.
All right. Excellent. This is all great stuff. Lastly, and what I've been doing with the show, and I've found it's been working really well both for us here at Cutting Tool Engineering and the Daily Grind and whoever my guest is I'm opening the stage up now to DMG Mori. Are there new developments in machines that you're at liberty to announce or share? Free advertising. Plug the company again. Whatever you're at liberty to share with us and get your name out to people who may not know who you are or what you offer. The stage is now yours.
I mean, with tighter tolerances, our machines are capable of hitting it. We make some of the best machine tools in the world, in my opinion. Really, it's about steering the customer on our end towards the correct platform and the correct technology cycles and things like that that will help support what they're trying to make at the end of the day. That's important. We don't want to steer somebody towards a Swiss machine when they could be doing something on a mill turn much more efficiently or vice versa, you know? So it's important for an applications engineer on our end to be able to know what that product line may look like that they would need to use. If any of your listeners are coming to IMTS up this way this year, I encourage everybody to stop up here at the DMG Mori facility. We'll also be hosting an event. The dates are September 14th through the 18th. I encourage everybody to come check out these new technologies that we roll out constantly. If you have a solution that you're looking for, we'd love to take a look at it. And even then, if you're kind of bouncing around in your head, the idea of jumping from maybe a 3-axis machine to something like a 5-axis machine or a mill turn, we can help support and help train and help bring the confidence level up of any end user wanting to make that jump from that platform to something maybe like a 5-axis machine. So we're always here. We're always available. So thank you. If you're more interested in the machine technology, definitely check out dmgmori.com as well.
Excellent. Now, you did mention that, and I believe you had said something along the lines of there are internships or there are positions available for budding engineers looking to get their foot in the door, if that's correct. So those of you at Lafayette Engineering, or if you're listening and you're an engineer looking for a summer internship or a way to start off and get your foot in the door, reach out to DMG Mori. They're a very highly regarded tool maker or machine tool maker, and they could really, really lead you on a path to success. So, with that, Jacob, Cutting Tool Engineering and I would love to take a minute and thank you once again for carving out all of this time to be interviewed, to share everything you have with us, and to join the show. It's been an absolute benefit having you here, I believe mutually so. And we look forward to talking to DMG again in the future. Now, to all those watching and viewing and listening, may your only daily grind be the coffee in your mug. Be sure to tune in again next week, same time, same place, to start off our series on sawing.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you to your listeners. Appreciate you having me on. Hopefully we can do this again in the future with less technical difficulties. Appreciate you.
So today wrapped up our months-long series on milling. We had Fullerton Tool, we had Sandvik, we had Goering USA, which I had a couple of examples of how Goering helped finish a project for our own formula car here at Lafayette. And I also had a little bit of a diatribe of how we've used Goering tools for my other little side thing is I joined a race team that I've become the chief fabricator for, one of the chief fabricators. And so we've actually used Goering tooling to help complete some of the parts. And then now this week with DMG, I feel it's been full circle. It's great. And like I said, next week we start off our series on sawing. We will have Scotchman Industries on and Bradley Kuchenbacher as their applications engineer. We here at Lafayette actually have two pieces of their legacy equipment, an iron worker and a horizontal bandsaw. Don't remember the model number. I've used it for the 15 or 16 years I've been here, and it has served us well the entire time. And it looks to serve us well into the future. So please tune in to see an all-American company, American-made, American-sold, American machines, next week. Same time, same place, 9:45 a.m. Eastern. This will be the final show for a while that is delayed in our time. On March 9th, we will be returning to our normal 8 a.m. Eastern showtime. So please make sure you tune in live to The Daily Grind by Cutting Tool Engineering. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.